Okay. So RMDR means remove directory. Okay. So remove directory mean what? Like for example, if you want to remove empty directory, okay, remove directory is nothing but deleting a folder. Okay. So you can delete only empty directories. You can delete only empty directories. Okay. Non-empty directories we cannot delete. Okay. So empty directories if you want to, I mean non-empty directories if you want to remove, so rm command you can use, rm space hyphen rf, rm space hyphen r. This is the only command we use in the real time. This is the only command we use in the real time. Rm space hyphen rf, either directory name or file name, we can give anything. Okay. So with that, recursively and forcefully means what, right? That will learn. Okay. So let's go to this one. Okay. Give ls, you can see many files here. If you want to remove a file, for example file 1, if I want to remove rm and then file 1, you can remove the file. Okay. So remove a regular file 1, yes, y, remove. Okay. For example, if I want to remove directory rmdir and then the directory name, for example directory 7, which is empty directory, no files, no directories inside, so it will remove. Okay. So we can remove a file using rm command, you can remove a directory using rmdir. So rm space file 3, file 2, file 3, file 4, for example. Let's give enter. You can remove 3 files. Okay. It is asking every time, it is asking yes or no, right? Right. So why? Because there are few aliases inside that I'll tell you later. Okay. So it is asking yes or no. If you are giving yes, it is deleting. Fine. So rm space hyphen rf, which means recursively and forcefully. Recursive means what? Recursive mean it will go to n number of directories. For example, in directory 1, 2, 3, okay, there are many other directories and subfolders. I mean, subfolders are directories, right? And we can have files, and inside that folder, like we have many other files and directories, something like that. It could be n number of directories inside, n number of files inside. We don't know. Everything I wanted to remove. Okay. So for example, let's give ls dir 123. Okay. Enter, nothing is there. Okay. So cd slash give ls, we have sai data, right? Give ls sai data, right? You can see the files are directories, many are there. If you use rmdir sai data and give enter, directory is not empty. Okay. So directory not empty means there are many files inside, and then there are many directories inside, right? That's the reason we cannot delete it. So rm space hyphen rf sai data, which means the directories recursively, it means first this will delete all these files, and then it will go to india directory and it will delete like what are all there inside, and it will again go to my data and tomcat and all. Okay. If you want to see all that, okay, v you can use cp hyphen rv we used right yesterday. It shown step by step what it copied everything, right? It shown everything, right? In the same way you can use v in any of the commands, guys. R means recursive. Most of the commands, option R means recursive, option F means forcefully, option V means verbose. Okay. Hyphen and options we can give. You know, like hyphen means what is hyphen and why we are giving these options and all. For every command there will be multiple options, based on our need we use it. So in most of the commands, option are in the sense recursive. Option F in the sense forcefully. For example, if that is opened by someone else, right? It could be deleted forcefully. Actually, we can delete forcefully. And V means verbose. It shows step by step. Let's see how it will delete and all. Okay. See, step by step it's shown here. Removed first data file removed, data one file removed, data two, data three. Next, what it does, it went to the n number of directories. There was a Kadapa actually, right? Kadapa is a directory. It deleted it, and Chittur, Karnool, Anantapur, right? And later it is back to the Rayalaseema. Rayalaseema, there are no other files. It is deleted, and Costa, it was there in the Andhra, so it is deleted, and now it came back to Andhra. So Andhra deleted, and Karnataka, there are no subdirectories or files. So it deleted this. Tamil Nadu deleted, Telangana deleted, and finally India deleted. Now we have in my data, data one, data two. There are many other things, right? In the same way, deleted one by one. Everything is deleted. That is what rn space hyphen rf does. Mostly in the real time, rn space hyphen rf. Okay. So if you want to use like option V also, yes, you can go ahead and use it. Verbose. Verbose. Verbose mean it shows step by step what it is doing. Okay, ma. So this is very useful while removing. Okay, I'll tell you some advanced things, but that is not real time stuff actually. Okay, so but still let's learn that. Okay, so mkdir sai data. Let's create that. Let's open the directory. Give ls. No files are there. Touch a space. File one dot 10. Okay, for example, touch a space f1 dot 10. Okay, give ls. There are many files now. Now, if I want to delete a rn space hyphen rf, rf is like even you can use for file. There is no problem at all. Okay, so now let's create few more files. Touch a space file 10 dot 20. Okay, touch a space file 100 dot 110. Okay, created. Now rn space I'm giving like file star, or you can give rf hyphen rf file star. What is meant by file star here, right? File star mean whatever the files, star means zero or many characters. Yesterday we learned, right? So what are all the files starting with the file, everything will get removed, right? So except this f1, f2, f3 and all, it will keep. And for example, question mark, if you keep only single character, it means file 3, file 6, file 9, all this will be deleted. Let's see what will happen. See, everything after file one single character, everything removed. These are two characters and three characters after file. This is like f star, right? So it won't be deleted. For example, rn space hyphen rf file star. File star means everything will get removed. File 101, three characters after file. File 10, only two characters after file, right? So just give enter, everything will get removed, right? Only these files are there. F1, F2, F10, I mean F10 and all. This is F star, right? So if you want to remove those things also, so rn space hyphen rf F star, everything will get removed. Ls. Okay. For example, so file 1 dot 10, 10 files are there. Touch space file 100 dot 110. These files are there. mkdir directory 10 10 dot 20. Okay. There are many files and directories here. I want to remove everything in this directory. I don't want to remove this I data directory. I want to remove everything in this directory. Okay, ma? So if you are giving ls, everything is here, right? So if you are back actually, ls, whatever there in the side directory I wanted to delete, not side data. Side data directory should be there, but what are all the files and directories inside this directory I wanted to delete, for example. Okay. So what you can do ma, rn space hyphen rf psi data slash star, which means what? In this directory, inside all the files. Star means zero or many characters, all the files. It means all the files. Either you can do this way. I'm pressing control, so I'm not running that command. Okay. Or else psi, let's go to psi data, give ls, is the one, right? So here, once you open it, rn space hyphen rf star, you can give anything. Star means what? In the current directory, what all the files and directories, everything will get removed. ls, nothing, everything removed. But psi data still there, right? I'm into psi data right now. It is there. So that is how you can remove ma. So what I'm trying to say here, rn space hyphen rf star means what? Zero or many characters, right? Question mark in the sense single character, right? So rn space hyphen rf star means it will remove everything in the current directory. Okay. So rn space hyphen rf. Okay. So there is slash data slash star, right? What it does ma? It will remove everything in the slash data directory, right? Slash data directory. That is how we can delete. Okay. So you know single question mark and then star. Any questions, anyone, guys? Yeah, go ahead if any questions. Same thing. Hidden file means starting with dot. That's it. I'll tell you now what is hidden file. Okay. So hidden file means whatever the file name starting with dot is called, starting with dot is called hidden file. Hidden file or directory. You can call it as file or everything is a file in Linux. So let's say give ls no files are there. I'll create a file. For example, dot file. Okay. One dot dot five. Okay. For example, enter. Touch space. Sorry, mkdir dot directory. I'm creating some directories here. One dot dot five. Enter. Okay. Now give ls. Why it is not showing anything? We created files and directories, right? Give ll. It is not showing. So those are hidden files. What are the files or directories starting with dot are hidden files? If you want to see hyphen a, we need to give ls hyphen a, ls option a. In technically like ls option a, we should call it as ls option a or ls hyphen a, anything. Okay, you can see all the hidden files here. Okay, ma. So dot in the sense current directory, you already know. Dot dot in the sense previous directory. Simple. Dot in the sense, for example, cd space dot. It's a current directory. It will be in the same directory. For example, cd dot. It will be the same directory. Cd space dot dot. It will go back to one directory. Okay. So if you see now, it is back to slash because I was there in the slash side data. If I want to open now, again I can open. So something like this. If you give ls, nothing will come, right? So yeah, whatever you wanted to delete, rn space hyphen rf, you can give dot directory or whatever, it will be deleted, right? So hidden file same way you can delete. So oh sorry, rn space hyphen rf directory 1 deleted, ls space hyphen a directory 1 got deleted, directory 2 3 4 and all there. So if you want to delete everything, star, that's it, everything will get removed. Okay. Oh, hidden files are still there. Sorry. Rn space hyphen rf dot directory 2 dot directory 3, something like that you need to give. Okay. Okay. Something like this. Because people say like ls. Okay. Nothing is there. ls hyphen a, okay. I mean, for example, mkdir texture dir, only one directory is there. If you do ls hyphen a, the files or directories are present, right? So, but if I do rm space hyphen rf star give ls, nothing will be there, but hidden files are still there, right? So if you check ls, oh nothing is there. Ls hyphen ll if you do, oh nothing is there. Let's remove everything. For example, only if I give ls here, only text they are removed. Everything else is there still, right? Which means if I have like any file here, touch the space file one, give ls, I can see only one file. Okay, I don't want this file, let's remove it. Rm space hyphen rf star, it will get removed. Only file one get removed, but ls hyphen e hidden files will be still there, right? So we cannot delete using this rm command, rm space hyphen rf or whatever, because people do mistake, right? They'll just do ls and then okay, this file is there, we can delete everything. That doesn't work at all. So what you need to do, you need to give explicitly the file names, because those are hidden files, right? Dot starting with dot file 1, dot file 2, something like that. Oh sorry, rm command, okay, you can use. Yes, yes, okay ma. So that is how we can, it is giving yes or no. Why it is asking yes or no? Even while doing cp command also it was asking yes or no, right? To overwrite and all, right? Why it is asking and all, I'll tell you bit later. Okay, so for now, we cannot delete including rn space hyphen rf star will not delete any then files, then files or directories. Okay, so I'll tell you like why it is asking for confirmation every time. Okay, even while doing cp also, for example, cp space give ls hyphen a, okay, cp space dot file 3, dot file 3, dot file 4. File 4 is already exist. Dot file 4, okay, so give enter. See, it is asking to overwrite yes or no, right? So if I do y, it will overwrite, right? Why it is asking overwrite? By default it shouldn't ask, but it is asking overwrite. I'll tell you why it is asking, okay, in bit later. Okay, next is, cp, cp command, copy command, remove command, right? You know how to copy, you know how to remove, right? You know how to move, you don't know, right? Mv command. Mv means move command or rename command. We can also call it as rename command. Okay. What is move? What is rename? Right? That will get to know now. Okay. See guys, give let's create files here. Touch space file 1 dot 10. Okay. Give ls. Okay, these are the files created. Okay. So mkdir directory one, sorry, directory one dot five. Five directories are there. Give ls. Okay. Sima, I wanted to copy. I mean, I wanted to move file one to directory one, for example. Okay. So what I'll do, mv space file one will be moved to directory one. Moved or not? It is moved. File one is not there. File one is moved to directory one. Give ls directory one. It is moved. File one is moved. Okay. Now if you want to move multiple files, for example, file 2, file 3, these two files, multiple files, if you want to move to a directory, yes, you can move it. Enter. It is moved, right? ls. File 2, file 3, it is not there here. It will be there in the directory one, right? File 2, file 3 also moved. Okay. Now, if I want to move all the files starting with file, okay, all the files starting with file, mv file star into directory 1. Okay, directory 1, give and enter. So if you see now, give ls all the files not there here, It will be moved to directory 1, right? So ls directory 1, if you do, all the files got moved. Got it, ma? So this is how you can move the files from all the files, or I mean, two files or three files, something like this. You can move to a directory. Okay, so that is how you can do. For example, I wanted to rename this directory 1 to krishna directory, for example, or data directory, for example. Okay, or apache, I wanted to rename it to apache, for example. So how to do it? mv space directory 1 apache. See guys, in this case, directory 1 tries to move to apache directory, but apache directory is not there because directory 1 is a directory. It is trying to move to the apache directory, it's not there. Is it there in the current directory? No, right? So what it will do, it actually renames. Up directory 1 will get renamed as apache. Simple. Give ls, you can see apache directory 1 is not there. In the same way, for example, touch space file 1, it is there. Give ls. Okay, file 1 is there. So if I do mv space file 1 to file 4, okay, if file 4 is there, if file 4 is a directory, for example, okay, or else let's do touch space file is there. Okay, data file is there. So let's create a directory data 123. Okay, so if I give like mv space data to data 123, data is a file, right? Data is a file. So data 123 is a directory. So it will be moved. Data file will be moved to the data 123 directory. Okay. But data 123 it is not there. Data 789 it's not there. Right? Data 798 directory it's not there. What it does? It will treat it as a like it is not there. So data will get renamed as data 789. Simple. Right? Data 789. Renamed or no? It got renamed. So when will when will happen the rename and all, right? So mv space file if you give will get renamed, right? Got it, ma? Will get renamed. mv space file directory move will happen. Move, right? mv space file 1, file 2, file 3, and so on if you give, right? And then at the end if you give directory, what will happen? Move will happen. mb space file star and directory. Okay, mv space star, for example, mv space star and directory, all the files in current directory will be moved to directory. Okay, will be moved to directory, something like this. You can use even question mark also, right? You know how to use question mark and star. So I'm not gonna deal with again. Okay, deal with that again. So you can actually use this way all the files and all. Okay, now it will get renamed. Even like mv space directory if you give mv space directory 1 to directory 2. Okay, move will happen if directory 2 exists. Okay, rename will happen if directory 2 doesn't exist, right? If directory 2 doesn't exist means rename will happen. That's it. Simple. That is you need to keep it in mind. Okay, ma? So that is what move or rename command. Okay. For example, for example, so I'll create a touch space f brace open 1 dot 10 dot txt. Give ls. Okay, f1 dot txt, f1 dot txt, f2 dot txt, f3 dot txt, and so on. These many files we have, right? So now, so mv, okay, f star, okay, f star dot txt files, okay, file file s- file what to say, I'll say like f star dot txt, f star dot exe, or let's say dot sh, okay. Let's give enter. Target sh, f star dot sh is not a directory, right? It's not a directory, it is not moving. Yesterday actually one entry question asked, I wanted to rename all the files which are starting with which are .txt files. What are all the files .txt? All the files should get renamed to .sh. How to do? But this guy like yesterday like he mentioned like MV space it will work. No, it doesn't work. I told. Okay. See, it is not working at all because f star dot txt, what are starting f star dot txt, I wanted to rename, same would be there and dot sh I am keeping, but it is not working here, right? This is not the thing. Later he convinced that, oh, it will not work actually. I am just checking like whether you know it or not. Okay, so this is actually doesn't work. This just we did interview yesterday. So this we can achieve. What all the files extension is .txt, we can rename it to .sh. That we can do using for loop. Okay, using shell script we can do that we discuss in shell scripting concept. Okay, so we cannot do it actually. Okay, so next one is any questions anyone here? No. Okay, so there are few things, ma. Alias alias okay. See guys, every time you run cp command, cp-i command will run. Every time you run ll command, ls-l command will run. Every time you run ls command, ls hyphen color equal to auto command will run. This command will run actually. Every time you run mv command, mv option I command will run. Every time rm command, rm option I command will run. Cp option I, mv option I, rm option I. Right? So what is this basically, right? What is this basically? I means interactive. Interactive. It means CP option I interactive. Okay. For example, CP space f1.txt file is there, f2.txt. So what I'm trying to do, f1.txt data I wanted to copy to f2.txt file, f2.txt I wanted to create newly and then copy the data. But f2.txt it's already there, which we didn't check actually, right? f2.txt it's already there, we didn't check it. In this case, what it does, it will actually run this command. CP option I command will run. Just give enter. See, you wanted to override. This is what interactive. It is interacting with you by checking. Hey, F2 is already there. There could be some data in this. So if you copy F1 data to F2, what will happen? The F2 data will be lost, right? So that is the reason it is asking, hey, we wanted to overwrite f2.txt, something like that, right? So why it is asking means because cp option I command is running here. Okay, if you give y, yes, I wanted to overwrite. If you give no, no, I don't want to overwrite this file, something like that. Okay, in the same way mv command also. So for example, mv space f1.txt directory 1. Okay, f1.txt it's already there in the directory 1. The another file is already there with this name. We cannot keep with the same name, right? We cannot keep the same name file into the one directory with multiple files, right? We cannot keep with the same name, right? So in this case, what it does actually, it will again ask for, hey, you wanted to overwrite it. The file is already there in the directory 1 with this name. you wanted to overwrite something like that. For that purpose, MV option I will run. RM hyphen I. So it will actually yes or no question. It asked already here, right? A regular file you wanted to remove. Yes or no? Yes, no, something like that, right? So that is how like it will work actually. RM space I. Okay, ma. Even if you want to create date, for example, date is the command. Okay. So let's say everyone is Telugu here. So let's say I want date. I want today date. Okay. This is the command. I want today date. So alias, I'm creating alias. I want today date equal to in the backtick I'll keep date. Okay. Or in the double quotes or single quote I'll keep date and single quote close. Okay, ma. This how right? The same thing, right? Alias CP equal to CP hyphen I. Alias I want date equal to date. That's it, right? So just give enter now. It is created alias. Now date if you run, date will come. I want date if you all run this also, you'll get the date. You're getting it? I want, right? See, IWA I given and then giving tab here, tab key, pressing tab key. Automatically it will pick it from alias because we created alias. It is giving date. So something like this, you can create your own aliases as well. Okay. So if you want to see all aliases available, you can see this way. See, this is what we just added. Okay, ma. Even LL also, it's not a command. It's a alias for ls hyphen l command. Ls hyphen l, this is the command. LL also same because LL is a LL is a long list. So that is actually alias. They created an alias already here. Okay, so you already know alias also now. Alias any name equal to single tick mark any command you can keep. So add an alias for any command. Okay, ma. So that is how you can do it. Example, these are the examples. Okay, I'll just copy it here and then paste it here for you. Okay, so all the things you can see. Okay, so now you know how to copy the files. You know how to move the files, remove the files or not. Okay, everywhere hyphen I means what? Interactive. For MV, for CP, for RM. Okay, all these commands hyphen I means interactive. Okay, ma. So V means verbose mode you already know. Even for CP command also verbose mode you already know, right? I didn't write it here. So R means recursive. Okay, V means verbose. Okay, and in the same way here also R means recursive, F means forcefully, V means verbose mode. Okay, MV hyphen I interactive. These are the very commonly used everyone use commands. Okay, MV command, CP command, RM command every day. You'll be renaming, you'll be copying, and then you'll be removing, right? Everything you'll be doing. So these are the basic, these are the options we use most frequently. No other options we use. Okay, there are many other options. If you go to, you know how to check many other options, right? For example, if I want to know MV hyphen help, if I go, see, there are many options here even in the MV. Sorry, MV hyphen help. Let's go to help. You can see hyphen f means sports, hyphen I means interactive, we just checked it, right? So hyphen u means update, move only when the source file is newer. Move only if the source file is newer, right? Newer file means then only we should move it. It means you can give option U. V means verbose mode. Option Z means content. Content means, see, option Z you can use either this option or this option. Either you can use option V or hyphen hyphen verbose, right? So anything. So content in the sense set SEL and security content for destination file and all. There are many things, right? There are many options here. So option B, what is option B? Like hyphen hyphen backup but does not accept an argument. Right? You can say make a backup of each existing destination file. So it is doing a copy of something, right? So these and all, like maybe in few cases we use, but not regularly. I personally didn't use all these options. I use mostly interactive, no other options here. In the cat command, I forgot to tell you, cat option we use. Okay, cat option and, for example, slash data directory, it's there. Here there are many things. For example, data. See, it is giving line number actually in the cat command. Line number one. If there are, if there is more data, for example, data one, but data one, let's see, there are multiple lines. You can see one line, two lines, right? So something like this. Okay, you can see multiple lines data. For example, cat option and slash var slash log. Okay, messages. Okay, just give enter. You can see all the line numbers for on this file: 4629, 30, 31, 32. All these lines. Okay, so you can see all the line numbers, right? So something like this, you can actually get the line numbers using cat command. Okay, uh, cat hyphen n file name, just for visibility purpose. You get line numbers, line numbers. Yeah, just for visibility, we get the line numbers, including the content. Okay, ma? So that is what cat option is. Okay. Cool. So MV command we just discussed, we do not require. Okay. So next, how to know operating system version? It's very important for interview purpose. Even in the, like while doing patching, we just check the OS version. Or if you're running something, we also check it. Okay. So what is this operating system version, right? So what is the version you installed? 7.6 or 7.9, whatever the link that I have given. I already given multiple links, right? So cat slash etc slash os hyphen release. This is the command. They will ask you in the interview. Okay. So just give enter. You can see like name and version 7.9, and it's a Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7.9 and all. You can see everything here. Okay. So in Ubuntu, in Fedora, in Debian, there are many flavors, right? How to know from all those, right? See, in few cases, in few maybe in few OS, it could be OS hyphen release, it could be CentOS hyphen release. Okay, say for CentOS hyphen release, for Ubuntu hyphen release or OS hyphen release, it could be different file. In that case, what you can do, star release. What is meant by star release here? Star means zero or many characters. It could be any character. OS hyphen release or Red Hat hyphen release or CentOS hyphen release. It could be anything. You can star slash I mean cat slash it is star release means it could be anything here. It will pick that file. Simple. Okay, ma. So you can use either this command or OS hyphen release command. You can use any command. That is up to you. Okay. So either you can use this or cat slash etc star release. Okay. Next, I just kept it here. So 7.9 we installed here. 7.6, so 7.9, right? So there are many other major versions like 4, 5, 6. These are the major versions, and minor releases in 4, like 4.1, 4.2, 4.9, something like that. Like there will be multiple versions. In the same way, in the 5 also, and 6 and 7, even 8 also we have. Nowadays people are also using 9, right? So something like this, the versions will be there. Which version you installed, you will get to know using this cat command, cat slash etc star release. Okay, ma. So next, these are all like very important interview questions. That is why I kept here. So how to know operating system architecture? Either it is 32-bit or 64-bit, something like that, right? So how we can know, ma? Uname command, right? Uname hyphen a. You can give all. It will give all the things, right? The mission architecture and all. It will give all the processor architecture, mission architecture, everything. It will give it. Okay, so uname hyphen m is the command to get the mission architecture x86 underscore 64. There is one command to get the architecture of the mission. Arch is the one command to get the mission architecture. Okay, hostname ctl status is also one command to get the mission architecture. You can see mission architecture here. Okay, ma, mission architecture here. Got it? So this is the mission architecture, right? So you can also, for example, yeah, these are the three commands which you can get it. I mean, the version and all. I mean, the architecture. How to print the host name of the mission, right? Uname option you already know the name of the mission, and host name command. Okay, uname hyphen n, host name of this. Okay, and hostname ctl status, we just ran it here. Again I'm running. You can see static host name, this is the host name. Okay, or just host name, you can run just host name. You can get the host name. Okay, this is also one command, host name ctl status. Okay, ma? So you can see host name for this also. If you want to say change this, okay, if you want to change this, so let's change it. Okay, so what I'm trying to change, host name. Host name CTL set hyphen host name. Okay, host name hyphen CTL command. Set hyphen host name is the option here. I'm passing this actually, and providing the host name. So B26, B26 is okay. Sys 101, system 101, for example. This is the IP address or host name that I'm setting. Okay, for example, you can set any name. Okay, just give enter. I'm setting this. Be batch 26, system 101, something like that. Okay, I'm just putting this way. See, now this is the host name. If you run host name command, you will get that host name. Host name option, host name CTL status. You can get that host name here. Okay, and host name, sorry, uname option n also will give same host name. It is still giving local host here, right? If you observe, it's still giving local host. Okay, what I'll do is I'll take duplicate session. Right click on the title bar, duplicate session. Let's take one more duplicate session. Maximize this root. So let it connect. Come on. Okay, root is a password. Okay, so you can see it now. I'm just minimizing this. You can see it now, right? So it is B26 is 101, right? There is a system. Is it giving any local host and all? No, we already changed it, right? So if you run host name, like we can see it. This is how you can change the host name of the system. Okay, ma? There is one way of doing. I mean, one way of changing the host name. I'll tell you the other names, the other commands later. Okay, host name, ctl hyphen hyphen health. Let's go to health. Okay, can you see my commands? Set hyphen host name. Set the system host name. Okay, and you can see set chassis. chassis type of the host if you want to change it. Set deployment environment for host. Set location for host. These are all many other commands. Okay. Status to check the current settings, host name settings. Okay. And pretty, you can get the only pretty name. You can get the static name. Pretty name in the sense, for example, the name could be host name cdl set hyphen host name. Okay, b26, right, sys 101 dot, for example, our company is something like fantastic.com. Fantastic is our company, for example. Okay, I don't know spelling, this is the correct, I think. Fantastic. Okay, that is fine. Okay, .com, just give enter. Now if you run host name, you'll get the host name. Host name hyphen hyphen pretty. I'm giving hyphen hyphen oh, sorry. Host name ctl hyphen hyphen pretty. Okay, if I give, only I'm getting the same thing, right? The host name. But if you define this in the DNS, we have DNS actually, domain naming service. Hyphen hyphen pretty means only you will get only this name. Okay, you won't get all this because we haven't defined anywhere this domain and all, so it is giving everything here. Okay, anyway, in the DNS, like in the services topic, we learn all that. Okay, so this is how you can change the host name. Okay, so all that options you do not require, just keep it in mind this command, that's it. Okay, ma. Next is how to see the memory and all, hard disk and all, free FNG and all. You already know. I'm not going to check it again. Okay, and now I'll tell you like how to get the processor information or how many processors of capacity and all. How to check it. Okay. See guys, LSCPU, list of CPUs. Just give enter. You can see list of CPUs. How many CPUs are there? One CPU. Okay, one CPU it is there. In the same way, we can also check using slash proc. What is slash proc, ma? Anyone? What is slash proc? Current processing information, right? So in the system, we can see current processing information. I guess there. Okay. So current processing information, we can check it. It means what is the memory usage, how many CPUs, how much memory, all that, like we can check it. Here, if you want to check the CPU information, CPU info is the file. Cat slash proc slash CPU info. Just give enter. You can see here how many CPUs. Oh, sorry. In here, you can see how many CPUs, processor 0. It means one CPU. If there are two CPUs, again it will come the all the things, it will come again, it will repeat processor one, and then it will repeat all the data again, the capacity and all. Okay, that is how you can see CPU information. If you want to see the memory information, free command, you can see the memory information in the same way. Cat slash proc slash mem info is the command to see the memory information. You can see the detailed information here. We learned in the file management, right? So the same stuff: total memory, free memory, available memory, buffered, cache, swap, all these things we do not require. But if anyone asks you, hey, how much memory that VM allocated used, okay, this is what it is, like that you can give a screenshot to them, that's it. If someone asks you, we can give a screenshot to them, that's it. Okay, cool. So next, how to get the disks information. Okay, these are some basic commands. Again, the all these commands will get repeated in later sessions also. Okay, you don't need to worry. How to get the disk information. So disk information, lsblk lsblk, we can see disk here. SDA is the disk here, 40 gig we assign to it. SDA1, SDA2, these are the two partitions. You can see that is one partition assigned to slash boot, Slash boot is a bootable partition of bootable file system, right? So slash SDA2, that is 39 gig, that is also one partition. And in this partition they created RHL root 37 gig slash RHL swap, that is LVM partition, that is swap partition. Swap means inactive page in the memory will be stored, right? We already discussed, right? So inactive page in the memory will be stored in the swap. Okay. So this is actually what last one SR0. There is a disk, the ISO image file we attached, right? So here in this, if you go to settings of it, okay, you can see the disk attached. Okay, you can see this is the like ISO image file, the serial DVD which is attached. It is showing here. That's it. Okay, we can see disk information, something like this. In the disk partitions, while creating in the disk management topic, we learn in detail. Okay, lsblk, this is one command. Okay, and fdisk hyphen l, fdisk hyphen l is one command. So here we can see detailed information 42.9 GB that we assigned 40 GB. 40 GB, it is showing as a more because only 1000 GB equal to 1000 MB equal to 1 GB, something like that it will take. 1000 MB equal to 1 GB, something like that it will pick it. Okay, that I'll tell you bit later. So SDA1, SDA2, these are the two partitions. And what is the Linux partition? What is the Linux LVM partitions? Okay, so these things we learn in the disk management. You don't need to worry. Okay, so all the detailed information we get it here. Just keep it in mind. Detailed information if you want to see. fdisk-l is the command. Okay, ma. Next is lskz. Lskz means SCSI. SCSI means SCSI. We call it as SCSI. Small computer system interface. Okay. So this SCSI hard disk will be in the VMware only. VMware, most of the VMware environments will have this SCSI hard disk. LSKZ. If you give enter, you can see slash dev slash SD is the disk of one disk, and then SR0 is another one. This is CD. You can clearly see CD01 CD. Okay. If you are adding one more disk, okay, one more disk will be visible. Okay. Anyway, in the disk management, we'll learn that. But just keep it in mind how to see the disk information, right? So ls belk is one command, and fdisk-l is the command, and ls skz is one command. Now I'll show you what is, sorry, I'll show you what is 42.9. We assign only 40 gig, right? But it is showing 42. Okay. What is this 42 mean? Okay. What is 42 gig means? Okay. See guys, actually any hard disk manufacturer, okay, basically in Windows, what will happen in Windows? What will happen? 1024 GB equal to 1024 MB equal to 1 GB. That is how the calculation happens. But in the Linux environment, how it will be 1000 MB equal to 1 GB. This is how it will be calculated in Linux. Okay. So now actually hard disk manufacturer, whoever manufacture hard disk or SSD or SCSI, right? Hard disk or SSD, anything, even pen drive, right? They will calculate actually 1000 MB equal to 1 GB. This is how they will calculate. But in the Windows, how are we calculating 1024 MB equal to 1 GB? 24 MB, it is less here, right? So in the from Windows we assign 40 GB. So whatever the 24 MB something left, right? All that will become kind of like this. How it will calculate 2.9 GB extra, something like that. Even even the pen drive, right? Pen drive, for example, pen drive of you have 16 GB of pen drive. If you assign maybe 15.6 or 14.5 something like that, it will show you, right? Even though that is 16 GB, but it shows less GB in the Windows. But let's try to connect to the Linux system, it show correct actually. 16 GB means 16 GB it will show, because this is how the calculation happens. This is how the pen drive calculation also happens. So both are same, but in Windows it will be vary. Okay, so that is the reason from Windows we assign to the Linux system. That's the reason it is showing 42.9 GB here. Okay, ma. These sectors and all will do, like disk architecture. We'll learn in the disk management. We do not require right now, so let's leave that. Okay. So how to get the IP address, ma? Network card information or IP address? IP space A. If config option A, host name option capital I also we can get it, right? So all that we already know. So network card information we get only with these two commands. IP space A, if config option A. Okay. You already know this IP space A, config option A. Any of these two commands we can use it. CNS33, this is the IP address, right? And in the same way, for this, what is the IP address? This is the IP address. Same thing, same IP address. Okay, cool. So next, very important, very important, how to know which platform, how to know the platform. Platform in the sense what, guys? That I'll tell you now. We already discussed in other sessions. Join now. So here, so what is platform? Right? In initial stages, like we can install in physical server, we have physical servers, we have VMware servers, right? We have AWS cloud servers, right? Physical server means only one system, just like in your college's system will be there, and then you'll be operating it, right? That is physical servers in one network. VMware server mean in one system we install multiple in one system, right? This is for, because like for example, like I took this system in my laptop, I installed VMware, I installed four systems here, right? M1, M2, M3 and virtual mission, something like that. Four systems I'm having here. In the same way, like yeah, that is how we can keep it in VMware servers, like in one mission multiple servers. In the same way, cloud servers is something AWS, GCP, right? AWS, GCP, Azure, right? VMware is something like on VMware platform. It means Hyper-V platform. You can call it as hypervisor hypervisor platform. That's why you are, I guess, hypervisor. Okay, this we call it as Hyper-V, actually Hyper-V. Okay, so physical servers basically, like each one system will call it as one physical server, that's it. But in VMware, I already like while installation, like I told you, right? In one system we can install multiple systems, multiple servers. That is under Hyper-V. Okay, it means virtualization. We using VMware, we can do it. In the same way, cloud servers, for example, for one project you are working, for Honda company you are working, or for banking project you are working, or any company you are working, so they'll be using physical servers. They may be using only VMware or only cloud, or a combination of VMware and cloud. Physical servers and cloud servers, physical servers and VMware, all three they are using, or any other clouds they are using. Not only GCP, Azure, and these things. There could be cPanel, Data Ocean. We don't know from where they are using all that, right? So they may tell you, okay, we have AWS servers, we have VMware servers and all, but you need to know. For example, they given an IP address. Okay, for example, they given an IP address here. This systems they have given, hey, in this system there is an issue or something like that, you wanted to check in which platform it is installed. Example, for this hour I wanted to increase disk actually. Okay, for this hour. So if I do like for this hour, how can we check it actually? For this hour, how to increase the memory or CPU? First, we need to know where it is installed, right? Is it installed in the VMware? Is it installed in the AWS? Is it installed in the AWS? I mean GCP. Where it is installed actually? That we need to know, right? So how to check it means host name. Sorry, we can check it using DMI decode. DMI code. We can call it as DMI code as a command or DMI decode. You can call anything here. Okay. You log into the gem server. You log into this server and we are running the command. System product name. System product name. You can clearly see that okay, it's a virtual VMware virtual platform. Okay, you can request directly VMware team. Hey VMware team, so just for this server I need a like 500 GB disk because user is requested to extend the file system, or user is requested to extend the size of the disk, or for this file system they wanted to extend something like that. You give them some justification, for this reason I want disk, right? So then okay, VMware team will add the disk and then you will get the disk and you will do that stuff, something like that. So for that purpose you require where it is installed actually, so VMware platform. So this is how you can get it. If that is cloud, there could be different name, right? So DMI decode, what is the serial number? They may ask you a serial number. What is the serial number of the system, right? To differentiate multiple servers, we require serial number, something like that. They will ask you. So system serial number. If you do this one, okay, this is the serial number. This is the actual platform. So this is the IP address, IP space here. This is the IP address. Like this, you will give entire screenshot here to them, and then they will check it. They will add the disk. Okay, guys. So that is how it will happen with the DMI decode command. DMI decode, system product name, DMI decode, option is system serial number. These two commands very, very, very important. Even in the real time, they will ask you. Okay, not date, not date. We do not require. Okay, ma. So next, last thing that I gonna discuss now, that is these commands. Shutdown command. I'm not going to shut down now. Shutdown option H now. It will just shut down now itself. Shutdown option H5, after 5 minutes the system will get shut down. Shutdown option H5, we can give this message: we are going to power up this server as per maintenance. Please close all your things before shutdown. This so you can give a message. After 5 minutes it will get shut down. And power off also command, halt is also a command, init 0 is also a command to do a shutdown. Okay, and if you want to reboot, shutdown option are now, it's very useful. Everyone use this mostly while doing patching and all. If you wanted to reboot the server, this command they use. Shutdown option are 5 message, we can also use it to send a message and then reboot after 5 minutes. And reboot itself is a command to reboot, and init 6 is also a command. What is init 0, what is init 6 means? This is the run level. I already told you, right? We can open system. If you install GUI, we can open GUI or we can also open CLI, right? So there are few actually run levels. Run level 0 means shutdown. Run level 6 means reboot. Okay, that we learn in the booting process and troubleshooting concept in the later sessions that you will learn. Okay. Cool. So this how we can reboot the server and we can shut down. The other commands, head and tail commands and all, we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. Head and tail commands and WC command, the ls fields and all will take 1 day, and the grep command will take 1 day. The link files and all. Next 2 to 3 days, next 2 days mostly, the basic commands will be completed. We will enter into user management, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, any doubts, if you are not getting something, or if you are okay with the things things going well for you. Let me know, like anything. Just give me a feedback whether you are understanding or not, because we'll be going next 3 days, we'll be moving to the some other stuff, user management topic and all. If you're not getting from now itself, it will be problem for you. So any questions, anything, you can ask me. CP command also done. Okay, I'm sharing it again, that is fine. Any questions, guys? Anyone? Any doubts? No questions? Okay. Okay, so if no questions, then we can wind up. We'll meet tomorrow. Same.